here today and get eliminated by OG. A new look OG, but decent results so far. Surprising given the players we have on side on this team. Some of the teams they've been able to take down with relative ease. So I'm excited to see if OG can peak right here, right now in this elimination game. We got Anubis, OG's sneaky map pick coming into the series.
It was able to take Vitality to the limit. Let's see what it will do to NAVI. NAVI are fast into the A play. Fasha with a backstab does have Regali alongside it, but that smoke from Alexi, that's annoying. And that slows them down, giving a bit of room for a lurky Simple to come in with the backstab.
Yeah, he knows there's more in store as well. Fasha, even if he gets this kill, he won't forget about it. Everyone's dead. Fiku gets run down, and the Glocks will do it for him. Obviously on that rumored TSM team, a young Romanian by the name of Modo, I think it is. That I'm not too familiar with, but he was rumored to be on that roster. Simple, doing simple things, getting rid of these pistol players on the way out. Next, they're trying to make them die with a bomb, but Simple will clean it up. 4.
Yeah, Fiku's really got his work cut out for him here. 1 kill from the man, but he's got to do so much more, especially as main gets corrupted. This gets more and more awkward for these side players. Keto caught on this on the fade of that main smoke. I think he thought he was a little further behind the pillar than he actually was. He was fully open to it. So it does get awkward, but they've at least traded evenly into this 3-on-3. Fasha, first man in around the corner, and JL makes quick work of him. Nade for Nexa to follow up. Will find a bit of damage, but nothing to write home about here. Knows he still has JL trapped, but JL's got no reason to peek. That molly is going to force his swing, and so Nexa rewarded with 1. Regali still a ways out here, late through middle, and with nothing being found, it looks like this might just be the save for OG.
Damn, he never knew how viable it was. Bit had his back turned, crouched in camera.
He fully wrote off that connector flank out through middle.
Late. They've definitely seen this, haven't they? Very aware of the aggression towards B main. Regali trying to cover. He will hit a nice shot into Yuma. His teammate still pushed up further. Simple's going back for the bomb. Almost punished. The jump saves his life, and he can just rotate, reset to the T-spawn. Meanwhile, they get the A pick. This is all falling apart for OG. Fiku, kill them all or lose a round.
Yeah, he's got to do a lot, and armed with only the Deagle trapped in. That molly's going to make life very miserable for Fiku. So it's cleanly done over here towards A for NAVI. OG just too far removed to even justify giving this any sort of a look in. Nexa probably shouldn't go any further than the temple where he is right now.
Yeah, they just double save their guns again, and this is what we were talking about to start this game. The obble on these A main entries. Fiku playing anti-flash. They contact in. Keto takes his. Can't do 2. Are they ready for Fiku?
Oh! Checked by Bit.
Barely.
Raw execution of him in the corner, and so the man advantage sides with OG, but Na'Vi are going to have this bomb plant to rely on. Simple drops the bomb forward.
Wow.
And he's been throwing the AK, giving that AWP over to Bit. Simple wants to try take a bit of space here. Moving up onto the bricks, and Regali nails his teammate in the meantime as Bit tries to climb up heaven. Simple has got to do this alone. Doesn't have that AWP. It's Bit's AK in Simple's hands that's got to win this round, and Regali does not give the room. Great round.
Keto should have a shot off.
I think the strongest A-holds on Anubis are provided when you have an AWP and a rifle working in tandem, but right now it is just Keto with this AWP. He lines up the collateral. That's a weird decision to try to peek it like that, and Keto dropping down will fall at the hands of JL. This A site opened up. He landed that collateral, so JL is wounded. That's why he's picked up this second AWP in the post plant. A 2-AWP post plant, you can make that work. The AWPs can just hold sight lines and deny this first bit of pressure that OG looked to apply. This is kind of awkward for OG. They need a kill to go their way, and they need it to go their way quickly. Flash in a main. Well placed. Alexi is forced off the angle, but it's kills going the other way. Na'Vi find all of them in seconds. This round is over to explore other avenues. And, you know, I think as well, even the kind of the nature of the task that Alexi's had upon joining this team as the captain is, you know, having to try and cook up very simple solutions to complex problems. But I think that's what this guy's good at.
OG have players in position, more than enough.
Fasha still has a molly nade as well. He can make this awkward as they try to play it down to the wire. The kill from JL helps get them in, but Regali will respond. Util raining over for NAVI. Nexa concealed in the smoke. Gonna try and play it on the fade. He hears another drop down, but he goes walking. Regali creeping up. And Fiku bringing it up right behind him. Everyone from CT or Temple. And Alexi gets rid of that first man. Fiku now dead. They know that Regali was over at CT as well, but that doesn't make dealing with him any easier. Alexi's got to do the heavy lifting alone. Wins the first fight, but can't best Regali. So suddenly, even though you've got 3 players over towards the B site, you only have 2 fighting. Na'Vi are playing this one down to the clock. One kill in the right place from Fasher at the back of the site, or Fiku alongside him will go a long way, and it has for OG. Simple does not have time to plant this. A couple of nice kills on the exit, but he will get run down after time. Fasher knocks that AWP out of play.
Or first entry player gets out towards jail. Fasher, gets the ball rolling in the right direction for OG. They're recovering here on this CT side. They're looking to wake up on their map pick. Simple does have an AWP funded to him by Alexi. They're grouped right outside B, ready to go.
Yeah, it feels like they want to give us something a bit pacier here. Util raining out through main. For NAVI, in these few rounds, time's been a bit of an issue, but this one is no such problem. Just Regali left to get past. One man with this AWP trying to turn the tide of the round, but it would require something huge, and he gets flashed off the angle. That's going to force a save already out of OG. NAVI, they could feel time being an issue. They ran out of it in that last round, and so they go, all right. This is the real test. That smoke in at main is problematic, and with Alexi falling over in middle, this round gets thrown into disarray. You can't really wait for that smoke. You need another door opened up, and JL will do it. Double kill from him on the dark push. Bomb getting retrieved, but chase being given from Quito. He's in with the backstab, and Bit's going to turn on a dime to find him. The chance sails away from OG. Fiku slowed down for a moment, and so he can't stop the bomb as it transitions into this side of the map. A save called out for OG. I thought that Fiku was going to get running there, was going to try and, get that trade onto Bit, knowing the round would be won.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, kind of
Simple's
a lovely...
playing well today.
He is. Both him and Bit are. That's the 2 signature NAVI players.
Ooh.
Quito, that feels good. That feels like a... that one's not so nice feeling,
Big gap.
Given a route into the A play again. And Quito does feel uncomfortable over at main. Even in a lot of these rounds where we've seen like weirdness around the pillar, just kind of being a little wider than maybe he intended to.
And now they have just 2 rounds left on the half to try and remedy the situation. 5 rounds isn't the end of the world on this map, but it's not been screaming like they're going to get it. Quito, an important kill, but it's not on A this time. They've swapped him with Regali. He's found the mid pick. The lurk is gone. Everyone else is focused on B for NAVI. Got to boost up a rifle. This could be nice if someone tries to reposition. And they will. Emo spams them both coming out of dark off the top of the boost. And he just jumps through because at this point, nothing is failing for NAVI. Everything is coming up for the T side. 11 rounds merely guaranteed, as Regali won't move out of his position. And while Quito has good timing, they'll consider it.
I mean, it felt like, when you look at this OG team, if there's one player who definitely has their freedom to kind of roam around a hell of a lot, it's going to be Regali on the AWP. So the moment you saw Quito in mid, I think NAVI knew that that AWP likely found itself over towards A. It's so often a move you make to problem solve this A side of the map, and that made them feel super content to assemble those boosts outside of B, knowing that they're not going to have the AWP, scoping them down over the top of it. Very good reactions, and once more, you talked about conditioning earlier on. Well, that round was like a great example of it, right? OG have so often had this AWP and a lot of resources over towards the B site, and they'll even go knocking and hunting for that AWP at the end as Ema really comes alive in that round.
Monster
having to take the rugs route because this lower area is open. This mid creep from Nexa is kind of crazy considering they don't have middle, but it's going to work out for him. He can get peeked from the window. It's never needed. The bomb spotted on Ema down towards the T stairs.
Alexi needs to play late in this round. He can't go just yet, but his team are falling apart. So 20 seconds now, he must make a move, and he really needs both entries. Neither will present itself, and Ema just drops in for B. He has a hope. If he gets this quick kill onto Fasher, he can win this round. That smoke comes down, it helps him out, and he's found a way in. Oh, but he surrenders the round. That's a shame. Could have had a plant, but it's not meant to be. 4 at the end of the half for OG. They are scraping by.
In a lot of these moments where the plays would just come down to retaking the A site when it's already lost and they're already a man down. So for OG, they've got to hope that they can really find some magic here on this T side, and it would have to start with this pistol round.
Oh, this is getting caught, awkward for Ema. He gets caught by Fasher. They take a lot of space towards CT Spawn. Regali running him down, and Keto a recovery round as he finds 2 kills. Fasher finishes the job, and out of nowhere, OG come in with a bang and take that pistol round. Simple looks to be lining them up instantly, and I like that because it's just free damage, man. You know there's going to be players here. He missed it.
He missed it.
He missed it. Aimed a little far to the right. Ooh, that's a nice entry. Taste of Navi's own medicine. Fasher's found a double kill, picking towards Dark as well. Simple somehow wins a spam. Keto can't catch a breakthrough smokes today. So Navi trying to drag this round back. This lower push is dangerous, but it is announced. Smoked off. Alexi eats that nade.
It feels like it did weirdly, you know, not a lot of damage. That was like at his feet.
Yeah, probably the lip of the stairs soaking
It is
the damage.
uneven ground there, so it definitely looked like he's been spared a little.
And they just go back to A, which is a really good call. And Navi at the same time make a gamble. Nothing wrong with that, but it will leave them saving here.
Regali grab a gun. No one even noticed. So he's gone ahead and armed himself with this M4, and they will move into the almost undefended A site. It's just JL here. Ooh, JL looking for a double. Only good for the first one. Simple will just full send through the molly. Navi play it very confidently in this one, and it's all left on Alexi, even though he finds Fiku as that smoke pops. Over towards Dark. Fasher's going to look to take this. He's got Keto backing him up, and the rest of OG wait outside of main. Fasher's got to be the guy to try open this. Got to be the guy to try get it cracked open. Regali can then take lines from the main side, just dropping the smoke at his feet. Fasher goes running through the smoke, and even though Regali finds one, it is the only thing that goes OG's way here. Locked out by Navi. Alexi with a triple, and that's how they arrive back on the board. In the chaos, looking to move through it.
Oh, this is nice, but wow, Bit's quick to the punch. 2 headshots come through as he swings a main.
You know, on one side, you've kind of seen Keto, who's looked uncomfortable at the best of times, and then you've had Bit, who's like a master of this position, of this side of the map. So a case study in how to get it done. You want to watch Bit. JL denies the mid component, and Nex is left saving. This round is a non-starter for OG, and that's how it tends to go down when you get double killed off the rip when you try to make your opening move. He knew that they were heavy in middle. The immediate and decisive call to go back to B might actually net a bomb plant here for OG. Ooh. They all go running at Dark, trying to pressure it. Fasher gets out with a Glock kill. It's just simple. Left to get past, and that's easier said than done. He'll lock it in with this AWP. Great to see Simple in good form.
And JL's going to be able to completely rotate back into A without even being spotted.
Even that's wild,
he wants more.
Creeping forward, he's going to knock Nexter out of the round. Keto dead over in main in the meantime, and this split is reduced to just a one-prong attack in through middle. Simple smoked off, but there is, you know, quite the gap there. They're going to pick him around it, and Regali opens up the route to B.
They know Bit's low.
They're going to try and find him. But Bit has been a real problem in these A rounds. It feels like he's always good for a multi-kill. He's only got 1 to his name right now. If he can even find 1 more to make Ema's life easier in the clutch, that could tee up Navi for 15 here and now. And Bit looks like he might go uncleared. Bomb pulled for Regali, and Bit will find him. Does what he had to do in the round. It's left to Fiku, who's great in these clutches. He's just going to get this bomb planted with half a second to spare. Ema out through the connector, and he will overrun Fiku. When you shut down someone who's so good at giving these clutch rounds for OG, when not even that's coming through, what do you have to rely on here? 15 appears on the board for Na'Vi. 10 seconds while he waits for that. Oh, that's annoying.
Disaster.
Alexi now knows they're in there, and he's got the perfect gun for the job, but k1to will deal with him.
They're just popping.
Trying to keep the pace up, trying to follow through on this play into the B site with dark control taken. They felt like that was the leg up they needed. JL dead, over in Temple, and Simple creeping in. The last time it was one of these 2v3 retakes, Simple wrote it off very early on. This time, he believes, he wants to give it a go, and he's brought us back into even odds. Bit finds another. It's the two vintage Na'Vi players looking to take this one home. Just Regali to beat. Behind the pillar, dancing with them. He will keep OG alive. It's another hat-trick round from Regali. And if we're honest, you know, their perfect buy isn't coming till right near the end of regulation time here, right? That's when their loss bonus is going to start maxing out, and that's when they're going to start to be able to pull things like the AWP out. But till that point, they're going to make do with buys like this. So not out of the woods yet, Na'Vi, even though they've been sat on 15 for a little while, and they're all looking good, so it felt like it was only a matter of time. OG have at least laid the groundwork for a comeback. This walk through the mid-smoke is watched by Nexa and Regali. It's not just the one-man mid-hold. They'll deal with it, and in the meantime, k1to's opened up down in dark. This is all the makings of an OG round. Alexi is the only line of defense left. Good for one, but Regali has been key on these trades.
This is very early for OG yet again. Bit holding utility, he sees it coming. Molly goes in deep, he swings as the smoke comes up. Will they risk going through? This is a dangerous decision. OG still opt to do so. Simple making up his mind, but he gets caught as they swing out wide, and him and JL obliterated. Na'Vi really should be thinking about saving to buy up last, but Alexi's had enough. He gives it a go with 2 kills, and that puts IEM in a winnable clutch.
He's got 1v1s open, but is he ready for the mid-lurk? Oh, he flicks back to it. Nexa dead now. And it's the 1v1. First game for Regali on HLTV was versus EMA. And now they go down to the wire. 1v1 in this dance for the clutch. Regali with a slick reposition. Yes. EMA should not be ready for this. He's tucked himself in over towards camera. EMA slinks into the site, out through the heavens, and Regali holding the perfect angle. Read. Molly gonna force him wide, and EMA locks it. With the winner of this going on to face the loser of that G2 phase matchup, there's big challenges still ahead, right? And I think if you're a Na'Vi fan here, you're hoping they can put this one to rest nice and cleanly. Any OG fans out there, I'll give you 2 players to keep an eye on here, Regali obviously being one of them. Yeah. And then alongside him, I think it's got to be Fasha. There's no map I've enjoyed watching Fasha play throughout his career more than Inferno. I think some of the rounds we saw him get away with on Anubis, where he runs in, just finds some like ludicrous triple opener. He does that a lot here on this map. In the pistol, Fiku and k1to open up, but Alexi and Simple will do what they can to keep the numbers even. Into the 2v2 now as it's Simple and Bit out of the apartments. Dropping into the site, they're going to have a route to a plant here. Nexa might look to uproot that. He moves in, and Simple is dead. It's just Bit back against the wall, and Nexa beats him to a pulp.
A good plug-and-play map, so you know with a relative inexperience as a roster for OG that Inferno should be in their wheelhouse, even if it's been a go-to across every iteration of Na'Vi. We obviously know that OG similarly have not had a lot of time to get prepared. Only a day of prac before Copenhagen. Most teams essentially had to use Blast as a boot camp coming into Cologne. And no one's unbeatable right now. That's the benefit of it. So early in the season, so unsure of these new rosters and leaders that anyone can fall. Even OG on this anti-eco, because they've eaten another Deagle headshot. EMA, he's really woken up into this series the longer it's gone on. It's only Fiku in pit.
Call him the lone wolf, because he operates oftentimes, you know, left to his own devices and with great results, but they're expecting a lot from him in this round. He is alone down in the pit in a situation where, you know, anything short of 3 kills here is not going to be enough for OG. There's 1, and that's the end of the line for Fiku.
Oh dear.
Well, suddenly OG have got a reason to go for this.
He was running away from it. It blew up on balcony. And yeah, you certainly tried. 2 kits, no nades, but 2 Fatmas versus 2 MP9s, the winner of the CT side right now. Simple doesn't like it. He plays with a Deagle. Fasha has good timing here. He's waiting for Nexa to group up. Simple misses that. Goes back to short. This is very awkward, but he does catch Fasha looking the wrong way. Nexa needs to clear the site quickly. He does onto Simple. He's got a kit. Simple's got the bomb for him, though. Flash out, just trying to play with him, and he will end the round. 2 kills and the clutch to boot. Simple's in with a second for NAVI.
With only 50 seconds left, I don't imagine they go back and try clear banana. They have to dedicate to the A play here. So they will be walking into this 4-man hold.
But if they have long control, it should be no issue for NAVI. They're not going to escalate on short first. That deep smoke gives so much room for them to cross into the bomb site. The real danger is Regali here, hiding out with a Deagle. He hits 1, Fiku uncleared, and the 4th player is what catches NAVI off guard. They still get the plant if they want it, but they make the perfect read. What a ballsy rotation. Knife out, running through CT spawn. They estimate that Fasha has pushed down banana.
And he realizes this, but way too late. It goes quiet over towards A, and suddenly he recognizes that they've likely taken this space. He could still win the round with a kill on the planter right now, but arriving just a second too late.
First time this organization's ever gone international. And so going back to what has been a legendary event for NAVI in Cologne. They would love to make it to the Lanxess. Big kill for Fiku, finding Ima in the smoke. Bit ahead of the util, but there's so many eyes on this position. He just about catches Fiku. Kito trying to hunt him down. Does get him with nades out. 4 on 3, NAVI have long. Look at the pace.
Nexa, though, domes Alexi as he rears his head out from around the corner. JL's been spotted up through the short side. Simple, swift return to bring it back down to a chance, but Nexa, for the most part, OG are kind of willing to give up this room, right? With how they're set up here, they're not really fighting for this deep mid control. It gets really awkward now that Fiku's caught like that, falling back from long. There was that gap over towards the apartments, and like even though Kito's in a position to kind of respond to players moving out, he was never in a position to cover it, and so that was always open. That sightline was always a threat. Little gaps being found and exploited by NAVI, and now they turn their attention to getting this top mid control. Kito moves in, does decide to fight it. That's more like it from Kito. Does he have any more left in the tank here? Out on an island in mid, he'll claim the life of a 3rd before he's dealt with. Now his teammates have got to finish what he started. 2v2, JL's grabbed the bomb bit, rerouting out of the apartments, going to join him on the short side. It's all eyes on Nexa here.
They've got to go quick. 15 seconds, a flash doesn't do a thing. He's covered behind the pillar and they haven't cleared him. JL runs right into Nexa, who just buys time. A few seconds will do it, and Nexa wins the round again for OG. This should not be too much of a threat, just Simple and Bit looking to wield something. Simple always has something. I never see him with a Glock. And it's not like he's begging for drops. He'll just hemorrhage his buy in the next round for a Deagle, for a P250. If you see... Woo! Well, for good reason.
You want to know why?
Hey, for good reason.
Know why? Maybe he's going to show us why. Oh, Bit gets one as well.
No
Bit
way.
gets a Deag.
Just one guy.
Good reason.
Fiku
overran and the A site crumbles. The bomb, however, is down here in mid, and OG have got it under their control.
Even with the Glock, Alexi might just have this kill. Nexa's so low. He didn't re-peek window, though. Nexa gets that bomb. But Alexi, this is at least a trade, if not just a straight-up Eagle kill. Hits the headshot as well. And Fasha, you wanted him to do something in this game. Now's his chance.
Yeah, this has got to be his moment. He's been spotted already down in alt mid. They know that this bomb can be retrieved by Simple with no threat, with no presence of Fasha to worry about. And so that bomb now retrieved. This marks the start of a 1v3. He can't even really attempt it. They know where he is. They know where he's coming from. Every avenue is locked down right now. And so Fasha's got to go save with just a handful of Deagles for NAVI. They'll find the round, but yet to realize any of them. AWP out for Regali, who also sits 1 and 6, having a very strugglesome time here on the CT side with this AWP. Yeah. These two are usually front runners for OG whenever they've played Inferno in the past, so worrying signs that they're both struggling to get the ball rolling.
We've got a double app setup. This is good. Bit's been really annoying up in apartments, just getting picks out onto balconies, so they're trying to get him early. Jiggle out. Bit does not fall for it. Keto kind of needs to get out of here, but he opts to take the fight instead. Ema wins that out with the AK. Regali has to go back to Porch and inevitably even back to the bomb site, but with only him alone on the A site, he has so much to watch right now. It's a good round for OG to make a gamble. If they went and put 4B, it's not a bad decision by any means. NAVI might just exec in, but the question is, will they get curious prior to that?
The gamble stacks have been really hard to work, though, because of Bit. Bit has been very, very dedicated to clearing apartments and to getting the info of what's happening on this A side of the map, and I imagine this round will be no exception to that rule. So Regali does have to hang around, and he will get rewarded for his patience. The rest of NAVI move in. Signaled by Bit lobbing the util out from apartments. Moto is now smoked, and they're going to have a route to the plant here.
How do you even win this? You don't have a kit, and yeah, a little bit of util, but even Simple wants to grab a kill on this fading smoke, and he might just have it. Nexa, he's been the hero on winning these A rounds.
He's so fearful every step of the way. As you say, I mean, this whole route has been open the entire round. And now NAVI try to get tricky with it, taking the arches. Nexa moving in. Timing looks good for him here. He spots that second player as well and will deal with him. Regali finally puts one up on the board. Bit so often has been rewarded just holding for this cross back from Moto, and it's always been Fiku on the receiving end of this pick.
And he might move because he's been long smoked right now. He's still holding on to it, but we'll see if Fiku decides to adjust. If he does, he's going to just be caught for free by Bit, who won't miss this opportunity. NAVI going through the smoke right now. Great shot for Alexi. That should not be so easy, but captains come through in this game.
From the pit, finds one. He's choosing the long fight right now. He's got a teammate posted, Nexa alongside him. Oh, a little awkward there, but Nexa having a worry about even his teammates. You never know who's truly on your side here. And with Keto dead down in the pit, Nexa repositions, just trying to stay alive, just trying to be a nuisance and keep harassing them from the pit. But he's spammed out by JL. Simple is repositioned up into the apartments and now looks to win this in the 1v2 that lands, but doesn't quite finish the job. Fasha finally comes through with some impact here for OG, a double kill to close.
They've been the hole punchers here on this T side. Good spray. Fiku does a lot of damage, but it's only the lower weaponry players. They're going to pop them out. It seems like NAVI want to go quick. Triple nade into the pit. Won't land a thing, but that's at least cleared a position out, and Bit does what he does best.
Man, calling the landlord because everyone else is just renting. This guy owns the apartments. Bit dropping in, sets his teammates up with a double, and even though Nexa does all he can in defensive A hat-trick put up, 3 kills demanded and 3 kills gifted over, will that be enough to bring OG into this retake? Fasha still a long ways out. And over towards long at JL. Holding for this, he can hear Fasha just running it up middle. That one is delivered for free. Regali suddenly throwing into the clutch. Brings it down to the 1v1. Simple, looks like he wants to face this. Playing it from the short side, he goes swinging out now, and Regali is not expecting it, not ready for that. Then we're going to do it every single round. He said no issue doing that now on both maps.
They had one app set up in the entire CT side. It was with the AWP, and it got baited by Bit's Jiggle. Now,
he going to end the half with the Alexi classic.
Oh, it is a classic.
Pop. In they come, out they go, down into the pit. JL found first. It will fall, accomplishing nothing in this one. A rarity for Bit, who's had great successes on these apartment pushes. Ema. Critical fight over on the long side. He can duck out of there, doesn't have to commit to the push, doesn't have to ever open himself up to Fasha, and can try support Simple down in the pit.
Flash right in front of him. Simple needs to swing wide with this as he dodges it, looking for the sight man. This is a great cross for Simple that I don't think they'll be aware of, but they're not exposed to him just yet. Keto's considering it as well. Waiting for Ema to come out of abs. Simple jumps up and falls down as OG saved the half right at the very end. 7 rounds is not bad. Yeah, Nexus had so many impactful multi-kills from default on A, and well, we'll have to see if this entry power from the rest of the squad will show up in this second half, this ultra hyper important second half, as it may be OG's last half in the tournament if it doesn't go their way. Nexa with the nades, Fiku leading at the front. And Simple awaits on long.
going to avoid this stack at least if they follow through with the A play. Seems like Fash is just the guy waiting for a reaction, a banana push from Na'Vi. Simple moving in, and his teammates pressured. That's awkward here for Na'Vi. This double setup is uprooted immediately. And Na'Vi are in a position where, you know, if this was a rifle round, you know what they would be doing. They'd be saving. Because it's pistols, you wonder if it was going to be a different reaction, but they will just elect to hang out back on B, knowing that this round is already lost.
Yeah, cheaper helmets and a couple of nades. It's not a lot, but it's just realistic, isn't it? Na'Vi are so out of position for this retake that OG guarantee the round off for 2 entries. Awkward timing for Simple's re-aggro because Bit gets jumped on out apps.
But OG up in the lead. Can they keep it that way as we head into this first proper look at rifles for Na'Vi?
I hope they keep up the pace. They still have a Mac 10 as well. He's not leading, he's setting up flashes for top B. But similar to how we just saw relentless A hits for Na'Vi on Anubis and B splits for OG on that map. I wonder if OG just go back to what they've already established on this T side. This time though, Na'Vi fighting for top B. And they have a flash setup ready from Ema. Great grenade for Alexi. And up they go. Regali hunts the kill. He catches JL with his pants down, nades in hand. Still this flash setup ready for Alexi, but he won't commit to it. And that smoke just wards him off for now. Not too worried, because OG aren't putting any more pressure on. They're grouping back on A for a 5-on-2. Simple and Bit. Definitely the guys you'd want playing a bomb site together, but they're split right now. These are not easy positions to get multi-kills from, and Simple's even rotating all the way around on long to re-peek mid with him.
The last time Bit was here, he got caught by the apps drop, and that's what OG are going to run at him again. This is like the best counter to the under porch play.
Mac 10 first as well.
Fasher confirms the pit is cleared. The reposition from Bit is really nice. When he hears that flash go over the apartments, he knows the danger he's in. He's fallen prey to it once already, so he's actually going to push forward and try to take the space back in the apartments. Next are waiting for it, but Bit makes that fight look easy.
Now it's on.
Now the retake looks to begin. Keto snaps it out. Simple found aggressing through the short side.
Now it's off.
Already the numbers turn against you here for Na'Vi. They write this one off.
If Alexi makes it back to New Box, there are a lot of options. JL could flash for him. Wants OG into B, and they're going to go right through that smoke.
Oh yeah, Alexi caught out over towards the spawn side, but JL on the boost does return that advantage to Na'Vi, and so finally they've got that to look forward to. It's no longer a retake where losing one player signals the end of the round here. They've not been in this position yet on the CT side. And so this has got to be the time for Na'Vi. This has got to be where they course correct and look to break back into the series. Flashes getting thrown over. Util raining through. And Ema, first man in. Regali opens, finds himself a second. It's left onto Fiku, back of the site. They will find him, but they can't deal with him. Bit eventually collects. Got to run and grab the kit, but it's close and the bomb too far away. Those few meters that Bit had to run. OG have slowed it right down. They're hoping that someone overextends here, but Na'Vi don't really have a reason to bring the fight to them anymore. Go back to this double setup. Na'Vi have been super keen to do this, right? To just leave A to the sole defense of Simple and Bit. We haven't really seen the reason as to why yet.
No.
If there ever was a time, it's now, right? The nade from Simple is very well timed, and he's got himself a second. That's another nade out from the pit. Finding good damage. Simple and Bit combined for a kill apiece, but it's Fiku and Regali left to take this one over the line. Alexi doesn't let them in. You know, any sort of follow-up from Na'Vi, I think you take that every damn time, and this round is no exception. JL boosted up. He will be checked and cleared by Fiku, and that leaves this even. But Ema, through this smoke, has given them a lifeline. Keto is a long way out. Nexa in the site alone. Keto still waiting for a mid-rotate that sure could arrive, but it doesn't look like it's going to. And yeah, Bit's heading back through CT, so Keto's got to get a move on. Up through Banana he comes. Nexa down in the pit. They can cover each other from this setup.
Ooh.
Smoke down at the top of Banana forces k1to to try come through, try play ahead of it. He doesn't want to hang Nexa out to dry, and he will deal with IEM, that first man in. Follow-up for k1to is clean, and he'll manage the third. The one German left in Cologne rises to the occasion. And as we say, like, spearheaded by Nexa early on, but he just hung on long enough. He dug his feet in, he dug his claws in to keep OG in the game. And now we've got the rest of the squad coming alive around him. This one has not got off to such a tremendous start for OG. Churned up as they try to leave the apartments. They're really going to try run the apps pop versus an electrifying-led team.
IEM's just come back on rotation. And the question has always been on this B bomb site, the timing of this utility, as OG have disrupted it by pushing smokes and playing weird timings. This is so late, the Na'Vi might not be ready, but that third player is still moving through. Important entry kill. Flash sets Alexi up, but they're already crossed in. They don't look towards him. Regali's looking nowhere as he's blinded off. He does find Alexi in the end. That Molotov will force a different plant position, and IEM can maybe go through and deny it. Seconds to spare. He gets flashed through. The plant's stuck, and they get back to the site.
Oh no, but he spammed the coffins. He spammed where he mollied. And so Nexa's allowed to reposition. They get to the back of the site. Nexa and Regali left in the hot seat for OG. Regali dead immediately. And so it's IEM let off the leash, swinging through that smoke in spawn to save the day for Na'Vi and keep them in this match that much longer.
You know, 4 rounds to close this map out. If we go to overtime, that's OG facing an early exit in a series. Felt like they could long out to 3. Can they just close it with some well-placed eagle shots? Will Alexi allow it? He falls back after the spot. There's a way in here. There's not really much util to stop this. That's an important flash to split them apart as JL5 is walking up on the back of the site. He gets bogged down on a spray. Alexi needs something here from this off angle. They start to cross inward. He will get the bomb dropped. Runs out of ammo though, and that's another D for Fiku. A 2-on-2. They are low, but they've been armed, and they're certainly dangerous. You know, 4 rounds to close this map out. If we go to overtime, that's OG facing an early exit in a series. Felt like they could long out to 3. Can they just close it with some well-placed eagle shots? Will Alexi allow it? He falls back after the spot. There's a way in here. There's not really much util to stop this. That's an important flash to split them apart as JL5 is walking up on the back of the site. He gets bogged down on a spray. Alexi needs something here from this off angle. They start to cross inward. He will get the bomb dropped. Runs out of ammo though, and that's another D for Fiku. A 2-on-2. They are low, but they've been armed, and they're certainly dangerous.
Yeah, simple with the AWP here. That's not really the ideal gun for the job, so he's going to look to swap it out. Just like a boomerang as a way of coming back to him, but he will trade out onto the AK. Regali and Fiku want to try swing and spawn, and they'll both nail it. Fantastically done. We know Fiku is a closer. Nexa was the man to get it all going. And it comes together in a gorgeous fashion for OG, combining at the end to do it with pistols. They will put a stop to the Na'Vi comeback, and they long this out to make it a 3-map series. And this is one of the maps that we've actually seen this new look squad play a handful of times, right? And it's not one that Na'Vi have looked infallible on. So let's see what they bring to the table to open. Alexi B wanting to get involved. I mean, it was Nexa, the man at the helm of OG, that really kept them in it last time. So Alexi wants his turn in the limelight here. The dualies locked out down towards the bottom of ramp. Give way to a 2v3 B play, but Simple will not let them in, will not let them get up the ramp. The flashes land and leave k1to blind, locking in that pistol round for Na'Vi. This shouldn't really be in a position to get out of hand. The only way it gets weird, right, is if Bit dies, say he only gets like 3, which is still sick, but if he only gets 3, there's no one nearby to go ahead and deny the bomb plants. A Bit, well, don't worry about it. He will lock in 4, and that bomb lost back in main. He buys enough time for the rotates to come in. Bit, always an overachiever, locks down.
Let's see what they do with it. Fiku heading a lone B, that's a rarity in and of itself, but they'll be going for a mid-take. Bit is such a nuisance with these flashes. He bounces off of Donut, and he'll get popped back in by his team from the A side. Great opener. IEM there as well to help out. This is the 1-2 punch in mid that Na'Vi will be relying on. Simple. Oh, he just pulled back and tried to pull out a nade and got swung by k1to for the trade. He gets the bomb out. 2-on-3. Fiku with this B control. He even went through Navi's smoke with one of his own. And Fiku waits for B aggression, but he'll have to be the initiator. JL on the 50-50, the first of few, and Fiku checks the wrong side. It's the MP9 to come out with a kill for Na'Vi, leaving k1to in a clutch. He knows exactly where his first opponent is, but it's an ugly spray hitting Crouch, and Na'Vi coming through with a sick round. JL's happy about that one.
Suddenly OG have even more to fight with here. Nexa has walked fully through this A side of the map, but this might lead to a weird situation here. Everyone else for Na'Vi is leaning into B. The bomb's trying to cross out, but Alexi can hear this, and he might try and react here. As they drop down into middle, he's got a chance at the backstab. k1to deals with the ramp side. Regali's caught moving through Donut, and k1to is sandwiched. Stuck between two Na'Vi players, Alexi gives chase to the bomb, and Simple's locked in this fight down towards the lane. If he can deal with k1to, that opens up a route to the 2v2, and Alexi is close by in the site.
k1to's fine just to stall this. He can waste as much time as he wants, and he will even win the fight out. The bomb is already ticking down, and Alexi, he has no smoke for this. He has to find Fiku if he wants to win this. And if he did, there's no one nearby to stop him, but Alexi doesn't know that. Going out for the save, he'll be denied in red. But will it be different results? Will it be a devastating Cologne? Or can they pick themselves up? It's looking good so far. 4-1, despite OG getting on the board. They're playing very lax towards B in these rounds. Fasher is completely alone again. He's been bullied by Utility, and maybe by Alexi as well, as he starts to push down the ramp. Bomb outside of the A site, Bit with A main control, and with a clean headshot on that entry. They're starting to split this site. They even kill Alexi on his aggression. In all fronts, Na'Vi fail, and OG get the bomb plant and seemingly the round. Looking like we have a mid-take here for Na'Vi. Emo with the spawn, Bit back behind the smoke, but again pops out with a flash over the top. And k1to gets deep, but not for long. Bit can continue to spam as well through the smoke. He drops the bomb. Fasher barely alive right now, and even the A main player getting picked. So this split has been denied near instantly. That's a shot out of nowhere for Fasher, but is it going to mean much in the grand scheme?
Can I give a bit of room to Regali? See if he's able to find anything on his journey with this orb, and he is getting pushed by Bit. He's just started to back out of there, so the timing on this is awkward for Regali. He was just holding a deep line in through main. On his most recent check, he doesn't even believe they could be pushing. But this might just be a non-starter of a round.
Bit sending it, man. This is crazy confident. But he might find the backstab. Wonder if he takes a knife. Oh, starts to run, has to get the shot instantly, and Fasher was coming back to regroup. Denied by Bit with 3. And he started this map very strong too. We again have this setup towards a donut flash. k1to runs right through, he almost gets there. If he swapped places in the smoke, I like his idea, but Ema just swings out in time, and I think k1to got a little bit lost on the wall. That smoke for Alexi will scare them out of middle. They don't want to get peeked by top heaven. And Na'Vi reassert control over middle, forcing OG back through the spawn.
It's a cool idea from k1to, and I see the vision. But yeah. I don't know, both times I've seen him attempt it, the timing for him to actually make that smoke in time hinges on him having the knife pulled the entire run-up. Yeah. So he's not even gun out by the time he's at that donut smoke, right? And so even giving that half a second where you're pulling out the AK, that's enough time for Ema to find him. That's enough time for him to get shut down. You see what he's attempting to do, but I don't know if he's going to find that window like he thinks he will.
What a poly exec. How does he escape? 2 Molotovs. It will give open plant. That's something here for OG. The spam will do nothing. They know about Alexi and Cave, but they're waiting on the long smoke fade. That's where 2 CT sit and the AWP. We need real estate here. Yeah, they hunt down Alexi. That was their only option.
Had to go fight for something. They had to take some real estate here, and they've at least robbed Cave. Fasher is now here as well, having rooted in through lane. So you've got both your players set up on the Cave side. Fasher's not knowing about what Regali is. Quick work made of the first man in, and Regali just keeps on giving. Simple's got a tuck tail and run for the hills. OG managed to pull back this round. They might have gone to quite the deficit after that mid play is shut down.
Deep peeking A main, there's no one here.
And I do just want to reiterate, you know, in the opening game that we saw from NAVI where they played Mouse here, it was the T side that was deeply problematic, where they couldn't get anything going. NAVI got 2 rounds on that T side. So they've got to get more mileage here in the first half.
It's a big grab. OG just want to contact backup ramp. They've got a window, they've got an opportunity. JL's even getting tagged by the spam, but Alexi, either he has to nail this opening shot or the rifle will do it instead. That'll bait them into the pistol, and they swing together. JL is killing everyone in this round. 4 frags, and they are right behind Fasher. He's looking to get out through middle.
And so might have second thoughts about this now. Flashed in by his teammates on mid. Nexa.
Worth, to be honest.
Through Fasher, deletes Bit.
Fasher was dead anyway. Like, Bit was about to finish that kill off, but at least he gets spammed through. Huge grenade down ramp. There's no armor left, so they get turned into mush. Nexa needs a pick here, but Na'Vi are not biting yet. JL, curious, jiggling, but yet to commit. And they have to cross past Cave to get the other rifle. They're not even going to risk doing that. So OG contact up the ramp with Deagles, hoping for the best. There's JL finally swinging out, and he drops the AK. It gets shuffled along shore, but Alexi is wasting their time and drawing them into JL. Simple even hits that one and goes hunting for the last. Na'Vi looking a lot better.
Try and slow down this aggro through the cave, but they run up the ramp into Simple's AWP. Smoking off the cave plays good.
Alexi.
That is a crazy move coming out from Alexi.
It works.
As he barrels through the smoke into the site, but he offers up all the kills needed, and Regali is left all out on an island here, all alone in mid, wondering what went so wrong this round. Instantly torn away the moment OG showed their head up the ramp. And Alexi making a play like that, I mean, you love him for it. Wants to try and exert a bit of control over the site, realizes, right, that with that cave smoke coming in, if they just give up the plant, it's kind of a weird round. You're maybe giving OG more chances than you would have liked. You're giving them that cash injection, giving them the chance to go back and play around the bomb when they know they had you trapped in cave. And so he made, but I got to say, with the performances he's been giving, you'll take it. You'll take it every damn day.
Yeah.
And he has been incredibly self-sufficient across these games.
Well, they've put him in some very good positions
Yeah.
to just play on his own, right? Like, even on the T side of Inferno, it showed that what he's been doing typically towards A and middle on this CT half. He's been fine to operate solo. This is nice. OG, oh, you'd think that JL wouldn't expect it, but he crouch peeks it to perfection. They don't know about the second man, though. Oh, Regali wanted to hold that shot for rotations, but he has to take the kill as Alexi turns around, and OG have been given away into B.
Yeah, you feel like you've been sold a little bit there if you're Alexi. They sneak up ramp on the timing, and that's given a route to the plant now. You don't want this one gap that Regali finds to be OG's way back into the T side. JL trying to make up for it as he fights back from long. RV now all arriving. They've got 2 more flashes to try and kickstart this retake. Fiku tucked in at the site, smoke falling in the mouth of cave, so Fiku is all alone as he takes these fights, but it doesn't come to matter as Fiku puts on a show. 3 kills to his name, and he's looking for number 4. JL boxed in, trapped at long, won't get finished off by Fiku, but the round is already won. Fiku does enough, stands the test of time in that B-hold.
Uncertain about Simple's position, he swaps out to the AK now. Aggression down the ramp. Regali's been waiting for it. We've seen 3 different players play in the pocket waiting for a push, and Alexi might just give it to him, but he wins it on very low health. Simple doesn't know how deep they've gotten. He's about to find out. That shot is a warning shot to Simple. He will hold off, wait for his squad.
This is really awkward. With no util, what are you meant to do here if you're OG? You kind of need to go and clear one of these positions. You've got to go fight for some real estate, and Na'Vi have got it all locked in. They control the land right now. Alexi nails one from CT. Both these remaining players are low, but it's still a tall task ahead of Nexa. He's fighting blind, and JL with a smoke spam will seal the deal. NAVI put up 10 on their CT side. You hope that that's enough to see them through.
Keto, the one remaining German here as well, with a lot more to fight on for, but these odds are not looking good.
No, NAVI have not been immune to struggles on the T side, but it's all looked a bit more composed for NAVI in this game, and this is where the pressure is really on for OG. They're on the back foot, and now they're behind in the pistol round as well. Regali's missed his timing with the backstab, and it's just Fiku left to withstand the A play. Dominant pistol round here from NAVI. This is how you want to open up your final half in this series. It is dominant all across the board, and even though they lose Ema, it won't make a damn bit of difference to this pistol. NAVI have already locked this in. Regali is trying to save. Not even that's guaranteed. Couple of kills off the dual Berettas. But this weird flank from JL. JL's in cave. The bomb's on A. Why is he there? Not very late on this play in towards A, and Fasher can hear this. He can hear the util back in main, but he's got his work cut out for him over in Donut. Would have loved more from Fasher there, but it's just the one and done on his 5-7. Plant now found for Alexi. And NAVI teed up to stick the landing up against this force. Swing onto Regali. Not able to punish it, not able to deal with that peak, and that's really the only chance that NAVI had to give you here. Will land a tag. That was actually a collateral all the way back in main. Bit takes one through the smoke, but it won't matter. It looks cool. That's about it for OG.
NAVI just need to keep it clean on this round. Anti-eco, double facing cave, Fasher wide, hits some bangers with a 5-7. That is not bad. Unless the flank catches them off guard. Simple spots it, that could have gone very wrong.
Yeah, that could have been the kill that decided everything. Instead it's Trade. Oh, Keto, one step further, JL alone.
Wow.
And he'll get silenced with just the pistols. OG.
They are not making light of this situation. They are grabbing it by the horns. And even as NAVI try and buck them off, this game goes on. If you want to face FaZe, you have to fight for it. Nexa doesn't know, but JL's crept up. But JL knows he's got the opportunity as well. The world on his shoulders on that entry, and Nexa will deny it. Good reaction from Simple. Hits that shot on the reswing. There's no bomb, though. So NAVI are far from a commitment. They leave Alexi at B. And they will group up back through T-spawn for this late B hit. That B smoke timing's not that bad for NAVI. They can still use that to set up a smoke on Simple and execute together. OG leaning towards a more retake setup. No one can flash the CT lane to give them repeaks, though. And NAVI are getting in.
Yeah, they only have one smoke, so that's why they've elected to all come through cave, with the exception of Simple, who lobbed the util over. He provides the cover with the smoke so they can cross in and get the bomb down, but looking to try take some real estate. They want to fight Fiku at long, and they will deal with him. It gets a bit awkward there in that head-to-head. Alexi, important kill. Fasher cancelled out of that A-side round in the one prior. This time he wants to have a bit more of a say in how the round pans out. Tries to fight Cave, but it's an ugly one. There's Regali's AWP. Teeing up Keto to start taking space. Simple's fighting from the ramp, and IEM has a gap around this smoke. Regali left up in the 1v1, and it's Ema to find 13 for NAVI. What a time.
Oh, the smoke comes before anything is thrown from NAVI. If that's a few seconds later, it's a very different story. He knows NAVI need to go. He'll volley the choke point. They run into the MP9. They get churned up. 2 kills for Keto, trying to grab a gun on his way out. It's getting desperate.
Smoking their way, and NAVI now have to respect it in the 2v5. What are they even meant to do here? Keto, great util from him. And with that swing, bringing JL down so low, this isn't a round you even feel like you can attempt anymore if you're NAVI, even though they get one on the exit. Where do they go from here? Fiku nearly gives them this fight in mid, but he knows now just staying alive is enough. NAVI have wrote this one off, and it's all thanks to k1to.
Oh, this is such a great call. They're doing it out of spawn, knowing that OG start heavy middle. Look how much room NAVI are going to get. They're going to have the bomb site. Regali's throwing himself through the smoke. Desperate times called the most desperate of measures. And Regali's got the goods. 2 kills before the molly burns him out, but still OG throwing themselves into the bomb site, getting traded 1-for-1 every single time. 2-on-2 now for the round.
Team has been spotted over here at Big Box. That's the bomb. They know that if they find him here while they've got this 2v1, that could be the round, so they really want to try and force a fight out of him. But IEM takes those fights and he wins them. Turning nothing into gold right now is IEM. Got that Midas touch, and Fiku walking in, finds the bomb, but Simple with the backstab delivers the all-important 15th round of NAVI. They might have just saved themselves here. Are they just going to run back the A play again? They want to. They just want to run it down, send it home, full send on the A play, and this time no AWP heroics from Regali. Basher dead, k1to falls. NAVI look to send a message in this round, and it rings out all across Cologne that they're here to play. OG crumble. As this one, they try to push the distance, but they can't muster up the courage to battle back against NAVI. A much better performance here across the board. One that puts a lot more faith in you in this third map. NAVI showcased some resilience there. You get those performances from guys like JL.